chocolate is really good. So I don't know what will happen today. I fully don't expect a lot of people to show up for various reasons. There are, well, there's Lana's stream at the same time, I think. So I kind of expect people to go there because that's her usual thing. Me streaming today is unusual, and it's just something that I wanted to try out just because I couldn't stream yesterday, and there's a bit of work that I wanted to do. Hey, box of paint! Hello! Hello, hello! How are you? So yeah, like I was saying, I fully understand if you guys want to go to Lana's stream instead. That's perfectly fine. I feel like I'm stepping on her turf, but it's not the point. This is... Hello! Hello, chat! I have a cat. Qu'est-ce que tu veux? Qu'est-ce que tu veux, ma fille? You wanna come say hi? No? Yes? No? Yes? Oh, yes. Come here, baby. Come here. Don't drink my water, please. No, that's the camera. Please. Please don't be the worst cat. Hey, hi, guys. Hey, Dusty Ossuary. Hey. Hello. I'm sorry, the cat is the one controlling the camera right now. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Ah, piff, poof, piff, boing. Hey, Ellen. Just working away on some bracelets made from some of the beads I finally had show up from Ireland. Wait, what's the story here? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? Arrête, je vais montrer ta face. Déjà si tu veux pas. Tu veux pas, tu veux jamais. Pas contente. We are good here. Hubby's at choir. Amy and Bear are snuggled up on the couch, and it's been a good day. Oh, no, that's paint water, baby. It's not cat water. Oh, the grumps. Yeah, she's such a grumpy cat. You're such a grumpy cat, aren't you? She's purring too, so. Hey, my fille. Mom! Oh, you're shedding so much. Allez, Scooty. Ouais. Otto! I don't know, you guys can't see and probably can't hear, but she's what's the word I'm looking for? She's like swinging her tail at the same time. She's always like batting her tail. Always angry. When I went to Ireland, I found these great bracelets made from green marble from Connemara. I knew at the time I should have bought some for others for souvenir, but I didn't because of them. Oh no! So I found a company that makes the beads. Oh, that's so lovely! That's really thoughtful. Oh, I bet the marble is really pretty. Green marble? Wow. We are warming back up and there are dust bunnies of burning. Yep. Same here. A lot of shedding. Hein? T'es contente là? C'est quoi le plan? Qu'est-ce que tu veux faire? Non, tu te défonces pas la gueule, t'as pas le droit. Non! Ow! Just eating dinner. Ooh, what's for dinner, Otto? From here. Yeah, when you know when you open or close down a door and there's like a we call them well, it's a French English mashup word, but we basically call them tumble poil, and it's basically tumble hair instead of tumbleweeds. But yeah, these big chunks of fur, like all stuck together. That they're easy to catch, at least. Turns out the company makes beads from white to black and red stone from around various points in Ireland, and I'm making them for my niece's mom. Oh, that's lovely! Wow. I'll have to check if you posted photos of them on Instagram. I'm eager to see the colors. A tornado of cat hair. Yep, pretty much. Bolognese. Ooh. Ooh, bolognese. A good bolognese sauce is with pasta is so freaking good. Just as much as a bad bolognese is really, really sad. I'm also mixing in green Canadian jade as well. I haven't taken pics yet, but I will. Yeah, I hope so. It would be a shame not to document the finished bracelets or whatever. I have a hot chocolate, so I add a tiny bit of cinnamon in it, and it's so good. A bolognese is really, really yummy. I have a recipe for sort of vegan wannabe bolognese, and what makes the meaty part of it is walnuts and carrots that you put like in a food processor to chop into smaller pieces. It works really well. It has that like comforting meaty vibe to it. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing today is, this is a bit of prep work for a future video. One of my friends went to Japan and bought the super granulating colors from Kusakabe, and she's prepared me a palette. So I want to swatch these so that the swatches are ready when I'm filming the video. Add apples, to that mix, and that's most of how I make nut roast. Nut roast, what is that? It sounds really good with apples. It sounds like it, you know, it's in the same category as a carrot cake for me at that point. Yeah, my only issue with the bolognese is they often put wine in it. And even if it like cooks up and boils down, there's a, I don't know, like it's sort of important in the taste profile, but it's too strong. Perhaps I should try with a much less wine in it. Ugh. Add apples to, okay, I read that. I'm also gonna need a way to prop this page up so it's a bit more even. Switch gland. Not quite. That's a bit better. Instead of meatloaf, you break up lots of nuts, carrots, and some other bits and ferment. Oh! Ooh, that sounds delicious. Reminds me a bit of something we have here that's has a name that would be very difficult to translate. Because I think that even in English, you guys use pâté. But it's a veggie pâté. So, as the name implies, it's a sort of pâté made from a bunch of plant-based stuff. A lot of seeds, like sunflower seeds, and carrots, onions, you know, celery, that kind of stuff. Oh wow, that's a really strong color. Right? Oh, the cats are fighting. Poor Pico. She's always the victimized one. Cat hair. Got it. Apple, celery, water chestnuts. Ooh, water chestnuts. They have such a unique texture. I mean, regular chestnuts are pretty tasty too. So expensive though. Ages ago when I went to Switzerland, while I was over there, like I was visiting a friend there, but my friend was working, so oftentimes during the day I would go to the like city center and just walk around and check out stuff. And I got some freshly roasted chestnuts, and I was like, oh, that's the that's the appeal of those. I get it now. Very delicious. Okay, dinner done, back. Man, your dinner sounds delicious. We're gonna be making chicken soup tonight because I have like a chicken carcass and carcass. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, I have a mostly eaten chicken in the fridge, so it's time to turn it into soup. We make a not vegetarian friendly dish from the 70s at home. You soak whole water chestnuts in soy sauce, then wrap them in bacon and bake until crispy. Oh, wow. That sounds great. Cyan! Hi! I came here hungry and I probably need to grab something to eat. Yeah, so far these colors are pretty amazing. I was writing down the pigment info earlier on the palette, and I noticed that there's very few of them that have black pigment in them, which I think is really nice because I've seen some other brands offer like a granulating range, but that a lot of their colors are basically anything staining mixed with PBK 11, which is a super granulating black pigment, but it's a bit lacking in depth if that's the process, like basically anything with that color in it. Hello Pico! Tu veux venir dire bonjour? Tu veux venir me voir? Non? Viens voir mon bébé. Viens voir. I'll go get her. Où tu vas? There you go. Still gonna try not to get all the cat hair in our stuff. Right? Right? No. Don't drink the paint water, please. Please don't drink the paint water. Nif. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Hey, Big. Baby. Say hi to Otto. There you go. This kiss is from Otto. Plop. Plop. Otto, the ultimate Pico fangirl. Yep. Hey. Hi, Teram. I don't know how you say that, but... Oh. Cameraman Pico. Camera cat Pico. Show your cute little face. She doesn't want to show a cute little face. What if we scratch the other side? No? She's purring. She is purring. Purr. What's up, baby? Oh, you guys can hear her. Yay! Non, ça c'est ce qu'on appelle un plein de merde pico. Tu veux vraiment la merdouille ton plat? Tout ce que tu veux, c'est me voler ma place. Je sais. Je sais, tu veux juste me voler ma place. Oh là là. Ici. Jinx is also purring next to me, but he always passed out on his cat tree. Oh, that's lovely. It's nap time. Pickle should technically settle down soon and nap for the whole afternoon. Tu t'es fait voler ta place?
Tellement cute.
It's mostly melted by now, but we woke up with snow outside, which is very weird when everything has been melting for like a week. Same here. Still intermittent flurries here this afternoon, hence Ario sleeping through. Oh, it's so funny how cats will usually seek sunbeams, and then they get super warm and like boiling to the touch, and it doesn't seem to faze them really. One part cat, one part lizard. Oops. Wow. Wow. Emmy sleep with her face pressed against the radiators. I think this it. Through my jeans, I can only lean on them for a few seconds. Whoa. Wow. It's definitely something weird going on here. And it's just as hot where she puts her face. She's made of Teflon. Well, if you can cook hamburgers on her, I guess so. So I was writing down pigment info earlier, and I saw that one of these is technically the same mix as that new core color, the ultramarine turquoise. I haven't swatched it yet, but I'm excited to see it. Also, I took out my core colors and tried a couple of mixes of the phthalo green I have and the ultramarine blue, and it makes for a mix with beautiful granulation, but it's nowhere near as intense as their official swatch. But I don't know if the official swatch has been oh my gosh, I can't do this. I don't know if the official swatch is color corrected or like has its level enhanced in Photoshop or something. And since I don't have the official color from the set, I can't really compare. But I did print out the swatch they have, like, to the best of my printer's ability. And then I did some test swatches with the paints, and yeah, it goes nowhere near as dark as this, but I don't know if this is sort of like fake or not. It's not her nose, but like the top of her head. If we move her bed away from the rats, she gets angry. Oh, that's so funny. She likes her brain steamed. Steamed brains. Sorry, hiccups. Wow, this one is really intense. I think this is the one with Perline Maroon in it. One of these has PR 179 in it, and it definitely looks like it would be this one. Hey, Mikey! Hi! That is interesting, and the core swatch is quite dark. It is, isn't it? But like most of their swatches... Why can't I say the word swatch today? What's up with that? Completely broken. Oh my gosh. But yeah, their swatches are often really intense. So I wonder I mean, it could be my computer screen too, because it's not particularly well calibrated. So everything might seem to be more intense on it. That's a possibility, but still, I wonder. Oh, I think this is the one that's the PB29 and PG7 mix. Yeah, definitely. I don't think it could be any of the other ones. I hope it is somewhat within frame. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, cool. In the baking hut takes the summer, she laid in the window. If it's more than 18, I need a fan. 18 what? Celsius? Because if so, I agree with you. It looks quite dark in my monitor as well, and this is color corrected. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I can't really get it now, but eventually I want to get their official color and paint swatches and compare them. Because yeah, it's, in my opinion, what I would expect to happen is that their color is not as intense as their swatch that they have on the website, meaning that it's like closer to this than to what's on their website in terms of value. That's what I would personally expect. Of course, I don't know because I haven't tested it yet, but I kind of don't really see how you could get a mix that's almost black using phthalo green and ultramarine blue. None of these colors go that dark in their mass tone, so like the only color that I know, the only pigment that I know that can look black in its mass tone is dioxazine violet, purple, PV23. That one you can have, especially cores. If you paint it like strong and at full mass tone, it looks like it's black. 18 scene I started getting. Oh, I know what you mean. I am so not looking forward to having to wear shorts again. Blech. Ooh, pretty. That's a really beautiful aqua turquoise color. Some of these have really silly name. One of the colors is named Blue Hole, and one is called Darkness Sand, which is kind of funny. It's very, very dramatic. Perylene green and the Russian green from White Nights are pretty black. Yeah, but I mean, Perylene Blaine is. Why is this so difficult today? Perylene green is a black pigment, so it's kind of more unusual that it dilutes into a very dark green than the fact that it's almost black at mass tone. To me, anyway. That looks like it's been freshly mined from the phthalo mines. Ah, the phthalo mines. We should totally mount an expedition to visit these one day. That would be great, wouldn't it? The elusive phthalo mines. Would you guys rather want to see a phthalo blue mine or a phthalo green mine? This next one kind of looks like it would be a cascade green color. Hot chocolate break. I saw someone swatches and was so excited to be able to read the names, which were all English sounding, and was so confused for a minute. What do you mean? Hold on. Because it's Sunday, the time change happened, and words are like really hard. Yeah, that's a fair point. I can't wait for the day where we stop switching back and forth twice a year. Can we just stick to one? It doesn't really change anything. That smaller square swatch on course side looks more realistic since it is lighter. It is, right? It's like just a... It feels like they cut just a smaller segment of a swatch. But it's beautiful. I remember seeing it on the listing for the Ali Kavanaugh set, and I was like, oh my gosh. And the last color. So from what I could see online, Kusakabe has 2 sets of granulating colors, so 24 total granulating colors. This is one of the sets, and there's another one with different mixes in it. Like Blue Hole was katakana for something like better odor, and I was like, that's odd, and the next few was the same and my brain couldn't figure out what was happening. I'll just finish this one and then I'll see if I can read the names because they're quite funny. I'm fine with them, like they're super artsy and whatnot, but it's still kind of funny. Okay, so colors. This is Purple Spinel. Okay, I'm in frame, good. So the first one is Purple Spinel, that's PV16 and PB15 column 3, so that tracks. I think PV16 in manganese is manganese violet. And PB16 column 3, that's phthalo blue green shade. This one is Starry Winter. It's ultramarine blue and pigment yellow 119. Third one is Dusk Sky, PB29, so ultramarine blue, viridian, and an orange pigment, PO73. This one here is Witch Bordeaux. So ultramarine blue and perylene maroon. Next one is Sunrise Blossom, PV19 and PB29. So that's kind of like, you know, the Rose of Ultramarine and Imperial Purple colors, you know, that mix. The sixth color is Blue Hole. That's the that's the PB29 and PG7. So that's ultramarine blue and phthalo green. So similar kind of mix to these, but the balance is definitely leaning towards more green in this case. Up here we have Mint Beryl, like BERYL. So that's PB28, a cobalt pigment, I think, and a pigment yellow, PY138. It's really beautiful. I really like this one. It's like summery and warm, and I know that technically it's a cool color, but that kind of aqua turquoise color always feels like a warm color to me because of the association with you know, hot places, beaches, vacation, that kind of stuff. Oh, I have hold on. Huh. So this one, sorry to go back, but this one, the PY119, it's kind of a warm yellow-brown color. So that's why it's kind of a like a more muted ultramarine blue. Kind of balances out. This one, the first green one, is Olive Safari. So if phthalo green blue shade, a yellow pigment, PY83 and PBR7. The next green is Castle Green. It is phthalo blue green shade and PBR7. Huh, interesting. Is this what a Cascade Green is in terms of pigment mix? I don't remember. I'll have to check it out. This one is Arctic Ocean, so ultramarine blue, viridian, and a black pigment. So these three have a black pigment in them, which is, you know, good that they only kept it to 3, and for this one you can't really tell. Next one is Fog Ash. Ultramarine blue, it's the same mix. Ultramarine blue, viridian, and PBK7, but different ratios. And the last one is Darkness Sand. It's pigment orange, so PO16 and PBK11. I have left some room on the side so I can write all this info on the swatches too, and space at the top for a title. They remind me a lot of Masha's watercolor. It's really a beautiful vibrancy to these. I'd be curious eventually to try the other set of 12 because there's a few color in there that are less commonly seen, like, you know, like oranges and that kind of stuff. Since most granulating pigments are in the blue, green, brown, black range, you get a lot of blue, green, purple, black, brown colors. and not as much, you know, red oranges, which, you know, kind of makes sense if there are no or very few granulating pigments in those colors. So I was, you know, in last week I made a little news video where I had a couple of Winsor & Newton sets, and well, the sets, they're just, you know, limited paint pre-selections, like they choose 6 paints from their range and put that together in a themed box, and they had one for granulating colors, and it was basically like, sorry, I don't know, like 4 blues, 1 brown, and 1 purple maybe. And I kind of felt like they had missed a really good opportunity to include their granulating yellow in there, because they're one of the very few companies that has a good granulating yellow that's really, really pretty. And it's almost a secret, not on purpose, like, and unwillingly a secret, because no one really talks about it or features it or include it in, you know, selections and sets. And it's a really pretty version of the pigment. I feel like it's nicer than Schminke's version, but Schminke has made it like special. It's part of the volcano set. It's the yellow, it's volcano yellow. Ooh, it's granulating, it's nice. And the color is, the Schminke one is a bit different in the sense that the sort of the mastone color is bright yellow, but the diluted color when it separates is kind of gray. So overall the color is less clean than the Winsor & Newton version, that it stays the same hue and you can hardly see the granulation when it's just the yellow. But when you mix it with something else, that when it shines, it's beautiful. Also, it's kind of weird to have a granulating color set where the idea is just to mix a bunch of granulating colors together, because that's not necessarily when they shine. They kind of shine a bit more when you have a staining and a granulating color and you mix them, because that's when the mixed areas are going to be, you know, a more uniform color. But if you let it separate, that's when you get the difference of pigments. Does that make sense? Am I rambling? I could be rambling. Alright, so that's gonna go to the side to dry. I've started a new sketchbook. I've started this one and I've already had to tape one of the signature in there, because it's a good paper, it's a good sketchbook, but the signatures are really fragile, and the moment you open up between 2 signatures, it kind of breaks automatically. So I have these to free from there. This painting really hates me. This is the second time I've tried to flatten it out, and it just doesn't care. Like, you see, this one is nice and flat, and the tape stayed put, and everything's nice and good. This one doesn't give a crap. I saw that my Stummen and Burn was separated as well, but it is old. Yeah, that might not help. What type of Stummen and Burn was it? Is it one of the with the thicker paper in there? So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop trying to flatten this painting. I should be able to scan it relatively flat and then fix the few issues of distortion with Photoshop. I'm trying to put together a little PDF book of all the adventure cat paintings I've done. I think this is the only one I had left to scan. And this little guy and 2 other little guys, I'm gonna try having them on Ko-fi for sale. And I also need to catch up on Patreon paintings. But I wanted to see if having a few cat portraits like available for sale outside of Patreon would be something interesting. So this is a guy with this is just a few, I don't know if you can see, there's a few like metallic accents. Yes, it has super thick paper. I think it's the beta series. I've had pretty good luck with the Stillman and Burn beta series, and I tried to wreck the binding. Well, it could just be that the paper is old, the book is old, and the glue has dried a bit. Because wrecking the binding of a sketchbook is a personal superpower. So this little guy has a couple of silver metallic accents on it. And yeah, the last one has a few spots of gold. I don't know, I find it really difficult to have traditional paintings like that and not make them unique to see in person by having like some sort of effect paint on there. Makes them special, I feel like. I've tried keeping the tape to reuse with future paintings, but it really doesn't work as well to flatten future paintings, or even to mask out areas of paintings that I want to do. The water seeps under the tape, and if I try to use it for flattening paintings, the paper doesn't stick to the paper as well. So I kind of hate having to do that, but I still have these 3 to scan and photograph these boards. I use Otto's way of flattening paintings too, which I really, really like. If using cotton paper, I just iron my paintings after the fact and press them under books overnight. But I am lazy and just want to do a bunch at once. So glad you like the flattening method. It's my favorite one. It's really easy. It's mostly like hands off, and it works. I especially like it for the cat portraits because since I paint only like an area in the middle of the paper, that area gets a bit like weird, but the surrounding area stays kind of flat. So it's just enough to be annoying, but using your method you shared, it all evens out, and at least the image is like the same, which I feel is easier after that if you want to frame it, or you know, have them all piled up somewhere. At least it's a nice neat pile. I have a Stillman and Burn in my pile of sketchbook to get through, but it's a Delta. Alright, now I'm kind of bothered because the my sketchbook is drying. What am I supposed to do now? Trying to see if I have something. Oh, I have an interesting thing I can share. So, sorry. If you are on Instagram a tiny bit, if only just a tiny bit, you've probably gotten an ad from Notebook Therapy. And I got my first sketchbook from them. No, not a sketchbook, it's a notebook actually. I got my first notebook from them because I won a giveaway. And I really liked it. I used it. And at some point, I was curious because my eternal quest in terms of notebook is to find a notebook that you can use ink on one side and it doesn't ghost through to the other side. Not like that's what I'm looking for. You know, ink can either like straight go through the paper and you see the ink on the other side, or it can ghost through. And ghosting is when you open up a page and on the other white page you see through the paper what's on the other side. The ink doesn't go through, but you can see it from the contrast. I just hate that. It bothers me. I don't know why, but it really bothers me. And when I had their sorry, this is the first book from them that I got. Let's see if I can find a page that's not full of personal info. I use this one as a sort of planner. But yeah, anyway, I tried this one and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Ink doesn't go through the paper and doesn't ghost through the paper either. Like, okay, say a page full of drawing and you don't see them. Like here, the ink went a little bit through the paper, but it's like I can't really tell that there's something on the other side of the sheet. And I was like, oh, ooh. And at some point, they had a sale, and I got this one. This one has a cat on it on the side. Pretty sure you can figure out why I got it. And I was curious to try it with paints. And I started using it as a way to figure out color schemes before painting, and it works really well. Sure, the paper kind of, you know, curves a bit, but the paint doesn't go through, the water doesn't go through, and it's not made to be, like, I don't mean to use it with super juicy washes. These were all done with a water brush pen. So it was, you know, the brushes with the barrel full of water. And yeah, I printed out my sketches smaller. I put them like under the page and light tabled them quickly onto the paper with the waterproof pen, and then I was able to paint on top to figure out what I wanted to do. And I was like, oh. So yeah, the sketchbook company that, you know, kind of looks like it's I don't know how to say it. I really like them, okay? So full disclaimer, I like them. But they always look a bit like they're trying really hard because their ads are all over Instagram. But their books are actually really nice and really good. and it can take light washes, it can take ink without bleeding through, and I was really surprised to see that. I also found a sketchbook that is made from cartridge paper, and cartridge paper is my favorite paper for doing sketches in ink. Like, you can use juicy ink on there and sorry, it's still gonna look great. I'm trying to find the sketchbook. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I can't find it. That one. There, it's there. It's not. Oh, it's here. Yeah. So it's the Fabriano Academia sketchbooks, and I'm pretty sure this is cartridge paper, and I've been doodling in these from photos. Like, these are all made from, well, not these are just scribbles, but most of the stuff in there is made from photos on Pinterest and whatnot, directly in ink. And yeah, it doesn't feather, it doesn't go through, even if I use like some juicy inks. Well, see, here it just did like a tiny bit, but that's maybe because I scratched the paper too. And see, this one ghosts. This one, you can see that there's something on the other side of the page. But for sketches, like, I can live with it. That was a recent interesting discovery as well. Oh, thank you. Alright, so I don't want to take hold on, I had a brain fart moment. Fully resolved now. Yeah, so I don't want to take too much of Lana's time for streaming. I will end mine here. I don't think this is gonna be a recurring thing because, like I said, I don't want to overstep. I think that Lana and Cyan, they stream on Sundays, and Dan often streams on Sundays as well. So I will do my usual Saturday thing. It's just that this week I couldn't stream yesterday, and I wanted to have a small stream to talk with you guys because I really enjoy it. Oh, this website could be very addictive. Very pretty stuff on it. I agree. Though I highly... Okay, a couple of things. I highly recommend starting with a smaller order, and also be extra wary because I think I had some customs fail in my... So be mindful of that. But yeah, they have surprisingly good paper. I'm so glad you streamed. I'm so glad you guys took the time to stop by. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, let's touch some wood. Let's do the superstition thing. That I can stream next Saturday without any issue. Let's hope I don't fall sick again, or there's not something else happening. And yeah, should go back to the regular Saturday streams. And will do. Canada Post has been nailing people with customs a lot in the last year or so. Yeah, definitely. Especially stuff that like the medium-sized parcel, whatever. Like, there are things that I've ordered that have been going through fine, but there's like a medium-sized average kind of thing that gets flagged, and oh, it's always like a kick in the gut because it's at least $10 handling fee. Then it's like 30% something, and then it's taxes on top of everything. It's just so painful. Okay. See you guys next week. I hope you have a great time this week. And yep. I hope the weather will be nice to you. And thank you so much again for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Bye bye.